arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Good morning, you guys. Good morning.
Hi.
Let me know if you guys can hear us. We are live from the Refuge Training Center. Heath was doing his vocal warm-up. So, yeah, what's going on? If you can't tell, TJ is not on the live today because he is in another state.
He gone.
In the mountains, apparently staying in Teddy Roosevelt's cabin. That sounds amazing. We got to see some pictures of where they're staying, and it is stunning. I was just talking to Harmony yesterday about, like, some people, I feel like you're either like beach people or you're mountain people. 100% mountain person. Same with you. If I had the choice to,
Don't get me wrong,
have a vacation
I like the
house,
beach,
it wouldn't be the beach
but
for
it wouldn't
me.
be on a beach.
It would be a mountain with a clear flowing stream that has a swimming hole in it. That's as much water. Yeah.
Yep. And then, a herd of elk running through the ravine.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is my drink this morning.
And this is my drink.
How is everybody
Mine's coffee.
doing? How's everybody doing? What's up, Mike? Hello, office. We'll see you soon.
Mike.
I'm glad you guys can hear us. What's up, Jimmy Burrow? Good morning. Let's see who we have here. Amanda Harrison, shalom. Glenn, what is up? I have to take a break from eating ice cream. I need to cut back on dairy.
Me too. Yeah.
Tyler, do I get to go home? I don't know where you are, so I don't know. Striker Cade said the Olympics are for those who don't want to choose between mountains or beaches. Yeah. Patty, what is up? Hello. Okay, so I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes and let people jump on. We were going to talk about the 3 lives saved that we had come in over the last, I would say it was probably within a 4 to 5 day period that we had all of these come in. Don't mind him blowing his nose. We live in Oklahoma. Allergies are real here. One of the men at the men's group that I lead summers in Alaska and sends me pictures all the time, and I'm definitely jealous. Man, I feel like I want to go to Alaska just to visit, but I don't want to live there because I hate winter. So
Look here, buddy. You know who you are. We got to go to Alaska on your property.
I know who you're talking
Maybe
to.
hunt some moose with a bow. Or some elk. Elk
This
are
thing
good
just
too.
like zooms in and out as soon as you move. It's not Rocket Thursday. Gross. Anyways, super gross. Mountain water is just colder than freezing and isn't solid. It's falling down the hill. Yeah, I would love to have a mountain vacation house. Okay, so yesterday we filmed it, but we haven't released it yet, about the life save that came in. He has asked not to be tagged, so I'm not going to say who it was, but we had a gentleman who basically, I'll read the story to you guys. I have 3 different lives saved. One was from fireworks, if you can believe it, 4th of July weekend.
Mm-hmm.
One was a motorcycle accident with not one, but multiple amputations. And the other one was, oh my gosh, I'm blanking now. Do you remember what the other one was? It was the fireworks.
It was
The motorcycle accident. It was a fireman.
Fireman.
Yeah. And that was also an amputation. Are you seeing the theme here? Amputations.
People be losing limbs, y'all.
Like, that's bad. Okay? Bad. Carry a tourniquet. Okay. I need to open this up. I don't like silence. Silence is weird.
Mike, it is a lot cooler in here today, and I just turned the ACs off because...
Whoa. Why are we so blurry?
It's just loud. And now...
Can y'all hear us still?
The stream's bitrate.
It's the same internet that it always is.
Yeah, but it's slowed.
What is happening? The camera just disconnected. That's cool.
Raggy?
That's fun. Please hold, everybody. I'm assuming you can hear us.
Yeah, it says connecting to Lauren's Mac.
Weird. Okay. Hold on. Why can't it just be like a smooth live? Why is there always, it's either the audio or the phone just decides like, no, you don't need to be live. All right, guys, hold on.
Are we still live?
I think they can hear us. You should check the comments.
Weird.
I don't. All right, this is what we're gonna do.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Oh, yeah. Audio is good. It's just visual. Super weird.
That should take care of it.
It's so weird. Hey, y'all. Well, it's still not up. Nothing's changed. It's just not.
Okay. It says connected. So.
Well, it ain't. There it is.
Okay.
Gang, gang.
All right.
I did it. Solo. El solo.
Look, it
Logo.
froze. You shouldn't have said that.
Dang it.
You should not have said that. Hold on. What did you? I hope it's frozen on their end like that. Ready, everybody? High five for Heath. Okay.
Dang it.
So, oh, look, it's back. Okay. Don't do anything. Don't make any sudden movements.
Lobo solitario.
Suddenly, your identity is protected. Oh my God. Okay, we're good. So you can hear us, but you can't see us. It is chaos. Here.
So Dudley, help.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I know. Dudley's
in
not here.
Wisconsin or something.
And
Or Wyoming.
all
I
right.
think he's in Wyoming with T, isn't he?
Thanks, Garen. I put effort into my hair today. That's why. Okay. Let me read the Lifesave story. You guys might have seen this one in our social post, but I wanted to talk about this one because, we had a class not that long ago where someone had never held a tourniquet, put on a tourniquet. We always have this thing that happens, and what's funny is watching the people who have been to our class and people who haven't been to our class before. But if you've never been to our class, and I'm not going to tell you what happens, but in the beginning of the class, you're faced with this opportunity. You have two choices. You can make one choice and be prepared for one of the first things that's going to happen in class. If you choose,
you don't know what's going to happen.
If you choose not to do this one simple preparedness thing when you get into class, when that happens, you won't be prepared. And we have watched students who have already been to our class come back to class and still not do that thing. And it's like, why? I've got to quit hitting the table. I'm sure that's bothering you guys. So I'm going to get into that now. All right. So here is our Lifesave story. This was the simplified version. What happened was we had posted a photo of a really gnarly motorcycle accident. I'm talking like the leg was no longer a leg. It looked like chopped up meat kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he said that he had rendered aid at a motorcycle accident yesterday. So this was on the 4th. Oh, it actually happened on the 4th. Imagine that. Thankfully, he had his Refuge SOB and tourniquet. So he said the simplified version, I began getting the tourniquet in place on the first victim with a full amputation as fire rescue showed up and took over with their own TQ. Yeah. Then people with the second victim, the passenger, called for a tourniquet, so I passed my TQ to them. Assessing her status, they were using the cat on her right leg with a moderate laceration and were trusting a strip of cloth as a tourniquet to her nearly amputated left leg. So, mind you, these are everyday citizens. They're not trained. They're not first responders. And they see two legs that are injured, one that's almost a complete amputation and one that has a moderate laceration. And they chose to use the tourniquet on the laceration and put tied a piece of cloth around her nearly amputated leg. So I grabbed my second tourniquet from the belt and had them redo the left leg with a real tourniquet. So listening to the scanner, they took the tourniquet off the right leg shortly after leaving the scene, so apparently not needed. So basically, after they got her loaded up and left, he heard over the scanner that they had taken the one off of the lacerated leg. There was another person there with tourniquets, but his were still in the package. I listened when y'all said to stage my tourniquets, but that was eye-opening as to how dangerous leaving them in the package could be. And we talked about this yesterday.
Still in the package.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday with Mike, that
I wish I had a tourniquet right here that was in the package, because most of the tourniquets that we have in this building are already staged. They're free. They're ready to be used. But I mean, here's one. I'm gonna take it out of this kit.
just don't open it.
I'm not gonna open the tourniquet.
Okay, because that one is going out for an order. We had talked about with Mike yesterday, it takes, if you have a severed femoral artery, which if you have an amputated leg, then your garden hose is open, right?
It's like this.
So not staged and still in the wrapper. Your garden hose is open in your leg if you have a full amputation, meaning it's going to take as little as 90 seconds for you to lose enough blood that you're gone.
Yeah.
So
you think your femoral artery, it's a water hose. It's the size of your thumb. And for those of you who don't know where that is, think your pant seam right here, it runs directly on the inside of your leg. Same with your artery on your arm, right there. So you brought up the pinching of the water hose, right?
No, I brought up being open. You have an open garden hose.
Yeah, so, think of the difference to where if you just have a slightly lacerated femoral artery, it's like putting your thumb over a water hose and it sprays. But if you remove your thumb, then it's just pouring out. The floodgates are open. It's just gushing out. That's what this person was dealing with. Just a fully open artery.
So if you think about you're first of all, you're likely not a first responder. You're probably not used to seeing such a traumatic thing. Yeah. It's chaotic because they're screaming. If you've ever been to one of our classes when we try to really inoculate you with stress, think about that, but real. And it's just chaos, and you're having to fumble to probably find it. If it's still in the wrapper, you likely don't have it where it needs to be anyway. You're having to fumble to rip it out of that wrapper and then get it ready to put on them. So having it staged and ready to go is super important. In fact, we're doing a deal right now, shameless plug.
Ooh.
Tourniquets right now are $4.99 off, plus we will stage it for free. So if you get it, then when if you order it, when you receive it, and of course you can let us know if you don't want us to stage it for you, but if you order it, we will stage it for you. And this goes for the soft tee and the don't open that. I see you fidgeting.
Sorry, I'm saying this
don't
plastic,
you do it.
This plastic in and of itself is not like the easiest thing to tear off.
Yeah, don't open that.
Sorry. It's just
ADHD taking over. Put it down. Put it down. Anyways, we will stage your tourniquet for you. Oh man, I wish we had the belt organizer here with us. Dang it.
Dang it.
I don't know if you saw the pocket organizer, but we
Darn it all to heck.
We put those on the site, and within minutes the site was like, "You're out of stock." We're like, "Oh my gosh!"
They just
and we fixed it.
Gone.
But I don't remember what the count was. I think in the morning of yesterday it was like 88 were out just in the first 24 hours. But they're awesome. So TJ, if you don't know how those came about, TJ kept wearing holes in his pockets with his tourniquet and flashlight and stuff like that. So he walked into the sew shop one day, grabbed some stuff, boop, 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 sewed it, came back out and held it up and showed us, and then
just like that.
Put his stuff in there, and then it's been living in his pocket ever since. He happened to show it a couple times, and everybody was like, "I want that." We're like, "No, that's not a thing. It's not a thing yet, anyway." And then we decided, we're like, okay, let's go ahead and make a limited run. So limited run, if you want to get the pocket organizer, you also get a tourniquet at a discount. We're down to only coyote left? Are you serious? Already?
That's a better color anyway.
No, Ranger green all the way.
Ignorant.
Rude. Oh my gosh. Anyways, 8 left. Mike, you gotta be kidding me. Y'all got anything cool for Prime Day? Let me tell you, tourniquets right now are on sale and we will stage them for free. So
Prime Day is an Amazon thing.
Yeah, but lots of other stores are doing stuff too.
Retarded.
But let me just tell you, that toaster's not going to save your life. Okay?
Right. Yeah, we're not in the business of commoditizing life-saving equipment. That's not how this works. I would much rather spend... Yeah, like, yes, we do have an awesome sale going on tourniquets, but I would much rather spend the extra $5 to get something that is proven that I know for a fact will save my life, somebody within my family, or the random person that I happen upon in a car accident.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather spend all the money on life-saving equipment and not, save $5.
I feel like we have this, it's just how we are as people. We have that'll never happen to me feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing that we do in training is break that paradigm, because life happens to everybody.
How many people out of 148 lives saved, minus the military and first responders, how many of those people thought today's the day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to save someone's life?
Not a single one.
No. I really don't think, I think everybody just goes about their business doing their same old thing. But because they took that extra step, because they cared enough to learn how to do some honestly simple life-saving skills, there are people that got to go home to their families. There are people who, their children still have parents. You know what I mean? And it literally was just because somebody woke up that day, they had already put stuff in their car and they had already, watched a couple of videos or come to training and learned how to do it. Oh my gosh, Dudley carries a ratchet strap. Okay, let me read to you guys some of the other lives saved.
Mario, nobody's giving away tourniquets for free.
Wait, tourniquet for free? No, you gotta go get the stuff and you get a discount on. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, you did ask for Prime Day deals. Let me tell you really quick before I move on to reading the next live saved. We still have our summer adventure bundle, and that is the free burn dressing set, the free remote responder, which is tomorrow, and then $70 off the adventure kit,
which is a smoking deal.
And then the pocket organizer. I guess there's 8 left. You get that, and you get a discount on your tourniquet. And then also, if you want to just do a tourniquet, you get $4.99 off plus free staging. Yeah. Okay. What is up, Jimmy Carr? Hello, hello. All right, let me read to you guys now the next live saved. Please hold, because I'm pulling it up on my phone.
Holding.
Thank you. It's so quiet in here. All right.
What's up, y'all?
Thank you.
How you are? I got a haircut. Just one, though.
Okay. This one was really neat because it was in, I don't know if you guys remember when we did the Fat Fac collaboration with the Fat Electrician, and he had a branded Refuge kit, right? So this guy, Jeremy, I have the Fat Fac from Fat Electrician. I was in a serious fireworks explosion that one of my helpers got seriously hurt and applied a tourniquet to her leg and packed her other wounds with gauze and quick clot. Pretty much used everything in the kit except the chest seals, airway, blanket, and tape. I attached pictures of the reports and pictures of the kit of what is used. So over the fire marshal reporting thing, it says the Office of the State Fire Marshal is actively investigating a fireworks malfunction that occurred during a display at Sunday River, blah, 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 blah. I can't say what it is. A 5-inch fireworks shell and mortar tube failed during the show, resulting in a blast that injured 3 members of the central blah, blah, blah pyrotechnics crew. I keep almost obsecking them. Okay, so 50-year-old, I'm going to call him MM of blank, An assistant working on the display suffered significant injuries from the explosion and was airlifted to Maine Medical Center in Portland. So not only was she injured, but the guy who rendered aid to her was also injured. Thankfully not as bad, but he used all his gear on her and she's alive today. So that was one of the other life saves that came in. And again, it was a tourniquet. So here we are right now. We're 2 for 2, right? A tourniquet. You got to have tourniquets. The other one came in through, I don't even have to read that one. It came in through Project Tribute. I don't know if you guys know about Project Tribute. We've featured them a little bit in our content. They're amazing. John runs Project Tribute. It is basically crowdfunded. It is done with volunteers.
Yep.
They raise money to purchase life-saving gear, and then they drive around and deliver it to different fire stations, LEOs
and such.
Yeah, it's amazing. And
just
so
trying to provide top-notch gear to first responders across the board.
What's crazy is the guy who was the volunteer firefighter who saved a life. He used a BPK intermediate. A BPK basic. This was his second life saved with us. He had already saved someone else's life.
Good job.
So, and John had originally, when he first started doing Project Tribute, was giving out like Chinesium kits because he didn't know. And when he found out, he switched to doing the BPK with us. So he had the BPK basic, the firefighter did. And so we were sending him a intermediate to kind of bump him up to the next level. So 2 lives with that guy. So that's pretty amazing, guys. We had three lives saved in just the last week. Good morning, Pilgrim. What is up? Did I miss anything in here? Striker, you spelled Roarin wrong. It's R-A-W-R-E-N. Okay,
yeah,
get it right.
Ren.
No, it's Ren.
Ren.
Gosh. Anyways, so what's up with you guys? Is anybody planning to come to Wilderness Responder? You want to talk about Wilderness
if
Responder?
You're not, you're wrong. First of all, Wilderness Responder is super cool.
I thought you were going to say dope.
Well, it is dope.
What is dope? The acronym?
I don't know.
No, you know. I haven't said it in so long. We used to say it all the time. Like, that's dope. Data on previous entry.
Engagement.
That's right. I was one thing off. Data on previous engagement.
See, I didn't know. Okay, yes,
Use your dope.
That's the real dope. Getting the dope. Data on previous engagement. It's a shooting term.
Anyways, squirrel.
Anyways.
ADHD is really strong.
Strong with this one.
Right here.
Yeah. Rex quotes. Well, that's not necessarily a Rex quote. That's dope is a real thing.
It is also something we don't do. We don't do dope. Okay? Yeah. We don't do that around here.
Yeah.
Anyways, Wilderness Responders coming up. I don't know if you guys heard, but we have an on-staff medical director now. A licensed physician. He's amazing. He's actually come in and we had him in the store previously we do continued education every Thursday, and he came in and taught a stitching class. By the way, if I ever have to stitch you up, it's going to be a really great scar. I'm not super great at it. But you'll live.
You're really inspiring confidence over here.
Let's just hope I don't have to be the one. Yeah. So anyways, he came in and taught a stitching class, and he's awesome. We love him. He is basically advising us on, best practices during Wilderness Responder, because you guys are going to be on a mountain for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Not like we're going to the mountain, then we're going back to the hotel at night. No, you're there.
You're
for 3 days.
For 3 days in the elements. What you have on your back is what you have, period. And we have a pretty solid packing list as far as that's concerned. We actually just did a video.
There's a few videos on YouTube right now.
The full exploded view layout of what the required, and I do mean required, if you fail layout, you will be sent home.
Yeah, don't not show up with
So
one thing.
Don't be caught light. Can't stress that enough, because I don't want to send you home if you were taking the class. But all that considered, we will be rucking in. I want to say it's about 1.5 miles, 2 miles ruck uphill, both ways. I've never understood how that works. Anyways, ADD brain. We'll be rucking in. I think on average your ruck will end up being, and this is wet weight, so you've got at least a gallon of water. I know I'm carrying about 2 gallons of water. That's immediately 16 pounds right there. But between all of my kit and loadout, I'm probably sitting at about 80 pounds or so, all in.
Well, and then this class, sorry to derail you.
No.
This is ECSI, so they leave with the cert.
100%. And so you'll have an ECSI certification in wilderness responder, but also this is a step in the right direction for, the University of Utah?
You get your associates for the wilderness.
Yeah, so you have to submit, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say it's at least 2 classes to the University of Utah for their wilderness responder associates degree. This goes towards, well, yes, you got to pass a test for sure, but if you can pass a test and then you submit that to the University of Utah, it will go towards.
So you got to pass the test.
Yeah, but it will go towards accreditation for an associate's degree in the medical field, which is pretty awesome. So this doesn't just go for nothing. It's room for movement after the fact of the training. Pretty awesome certification in and of itself.
Wow. Logan said, have a story. A guy I went to school with was out mowing his lawn and was attacked by 2 pit bulls. He had deep cuts on his arms and some on his legs. He ended up killing one dog and the other fled. He tried running to the hospital but almost didn't make it. If it wasn't for an ambulance parked nearby, he would not be here. He was passing out by the ambulance from blood loss.
Wow.
That's freaking crazy. That's crazy.
And people police your dogs.
Yeah. My stepdad was just attacked by a German Shepherd recently, and we have a German Shepherd. But this dog just ran out of the house and went straight for them. And I mean, my stepdad got bit up on the hand and stuff. He's fine.
And this is not, Logan's story was 2 pit bulls, right? I have no bias for any dogs. I don't care what kind of dog it is.
I like pitties.
I like pits just fine.
It's really an owner and dog
my
issue.
life was saved by a pit bull growing up, quite literally. So all things considered, I really don't care what kind of dog it is, guys. You got to police your dogs. And I know, Logan, you're not responsible for that specifically, but I'm just telling the whole world, police your dogs. You're responsible for what they do, especially to other people.
I'm sure you guys can hear me typing.
That's written within the Torah. One of the great commands, not just love the Lord your God, but love people, love your brother as you would have them love you. That's the golden rule per Jesus.
Yes, Mario, it is a really good deal. You should get it before it ends, just saying. So CJ said, I was that person who did not know how to put a tourniquet on, but now I teach how to put a tourniquet on. Oh, speaking of that, our Train the Trainer is coming up in November. So if you've taken anything from Refuge Responder up to Essential Responder, you do qualify to take the Train the Trainer, where you will get approved to either teach to your community or become basically affiliated with Refuge and run classes through us, and basically you get to run it as a business. Exactly, Mark. Yeah, it's the owner. It's on the owner.
Yeah, so Mike said
It's
SAR,
frozen.
backpacking medicine,
Why?
WFR, BWLS, and tropical medicine. And it's 4 short, easy courses at the University of Utah School of Medicine, and it costs like $150. But if you're doing those courses, dude,
I don't know why we're blurry again.
that's an associate's degree for like $150 if you can pass the tests. That's awesome.
I don't know why we're blurry, but it just seems to be what happens when we're live. I'm gonna check on the phone.
Is it still charging?
Oh, it just like timed out. Are you serious? I don't understand that.
You have to change the settings.
Well, honey, it never does this. They can still hear us, by the way. It doesn't normally do that. Is it back? Probably not.
No. Can y'all hear me? Is everything still good?
Can you
Is
hear
the
me
audio
now?
fine? Podcast mode. Yeah.
Engaged. All right,
YouTube.
babe. Hey,
why
now
are you?
we got to do our podcast voice. You're listening to Smooth Jazz with Refuge Medical.com.
Smooth jazz.
I literally can't get the phone to connect again, which is really annoying. I am gonna punch you, phone.
Shalom from South Africa, Robert. Wow, that's a
What is up,
that's a ways
Robert?
away. What's up, everybody? Yes, gay YouTube.
This is just something else.
GHUY.
It's not your cord.
Let's see.
Well, we might have to just. I don't know. I'm trying, guys. It literally just disconnected itself, which is very annoying.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Let's see if this will do it. It's not even making its doo-doo-doo sound when it tries to reconnect. Well,
Oh, that's ESPN.
yes, YouTube is super gay with an H, GHEY. Audio is fine. That's good to know. So, I guess we may go ahead and cut things short this morning if we can't get the camera.
Yeah, super not cool.
To connect.
But guys, seriously, if you want to do an awesome training, come out and do the wilderness responder with us. If you want to put your kit to test, if you want a solid list just to know like the types of items that you need and maybe a bug out bag, look at the required items list on the website on the page for the training itself. Go under the training tab, go to wilderness responder and look under the description there, and there will be a required items list.
Speaking of, if we know the wilderness responder is a higher ticket item. However, it is worth it. The instructor to student ratio, we have like 6 instructors with a maximum of 20 students. If you need to do a payment plan, there's a couple of options. We do have PayPal credit, Affirm is on there. And if those don't work for you and you're really wanting to go, send us a message to admin@refugemedical.com and we can work out a payment plan for you. Don't let that be the reason that you don't go, because this is not an experience that you can get other places.
Well, I was actually just thinking about that. I can't tell you how many times I have heard from individuals, especially within the industry, in the training field, where they're like, you can't pay for the training that we provide anywhere, and yet you can pay for it with us. and get trained in the training we provide.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really unique. It's very much so a one of a kind type of training, and that's all of our trainings across the board.
It's kind of like how they say, like, there's a lot of people in the world, but there's only one you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of trainings in the world, but there's only one Refuge. We're different, and I'm not tooting our own horn. We are just different.
These are words from prominent individuals in the training industry that are enamored by what it is that we do. So, like, take that for what it's worth. You just, if you have an opportunity and you have the time and the capital to be able to pay for the class, I highly recommend this wilderness responder, because it's going to be an experience in and of itself. You're going to learn a lot, and then it will also, if it's something that you're wanting to do, it'll open the door for an associate's degree in medicine.
Well, and Mike mentioned too that it's like a miniature EMT class in austere environments. It's not SMRT training.
No.
So it's got
that's a great point.
Yeah, it's got a survival aspect to it, which is why you have to bring things like stuff to be able to purify water, a way to make fire. You're going to be sleeping like, and it's a great way too. I know a lot of people are like, well, I'm just going to bug out. I have my bug out bag. Yeah, but have you done it yet?
Pressure test your system with us.
Because
we can walk you through that. If that's all you want to do is you want to, come hang out and camp with us and learn some really cool medical stuff while you're pressure testing your system, we'll put it to the test. I promise you. We'll show you what works, what doesn't work, and you'll find out all the nonsense that you're carrying for no reason.
TJ said, why y'all blurry? Because YouTube hates us. No, not really. I don't know. The phone has disconnected itself twice.
This is the second time that the phone has done this, and it's blurry now, but the audio works. So it's all in
We're in podcast mode. That was nice. We did that together. Okay, so TJ, how is it up there? I know Harmony showed me pictures. It looks incredible. You got to sleep in Teddy Roosevelt's cabin. Wow. Can we just take a company trip to the mountains now? I think we should do
That's a great idea.
I think we should go there.
Let's just build a mountain home.
Let's just build a mountain. Let's build a mountain.
That's a great idea.
And we'll call it Refuge Mountain. And then that's where we will do all the things.
Okay, I like the branding.
Yeah. I don't know if you're okay with that, TJ, but it's yeah. Okay, TJ's about to go live on his channel. That works out because you can't see us, although you can hear us.
Yeah.
So, guys, don't forget, we've got awesome deals going on. We have the Summer Adventure Bundle, $70 off the Adventure Kit, free burn dressing set, free remote responder, which is tomorrow. We also have we have two different tourniquet deals going on right now. If you grab one of the remaining pocket organizers, you can have your choice of a tourniquet at a discount. And then if you want to purchase just a tourniquet by itself, you get $4.99 off that tourniquet. Plus, we will stage it for free, which is usually $5 or $5.99. So make sure you grab those deals, guys. Also, our refill kits are 20% off too. So if you have used some things in your kit and you need to replace items, go ahead and get that taken care of this week while that deal is there. And we will see you guys soon. I hope you have a blessed weekend. Stay on the lookout for our Friday safety brief tomorrow. Be safe. Carry your tourniquet. Know what to do with your tourniquet. Keep it staged. You got anything?
And my goodness, if you need training, whether it's our Responder 1, Responder 2, Responder 3 course, the Essential Responder, or you want to come out and do the Wilderness Responder training with us, anything. If you have no idea how to utilize a tourniquet or wound pack or do triage or anything, please let us train you.
Okay, heck yeah. TJ said it's amazing here. We will be doing classes here in the future, full-blown company retreat. Very excited. That sounds amazing. All right, guys, bless you. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe, stay alert, and we will see you guys next time. Shalom.
Shalom.